Many of the physicists who appeared in the Oppenheimer movie shaped the modern atomic theory, or basically the structure of an atom as we know nowadays, with three main subatomic particles: protons, electrons, and neutrons. If you have watched the movie and felt like you have heard of their names before, then you are 100% correct. I am sure that each of you have encountered their name in your science textbook, not once but many times. In this video, I will introduce you to their contributions to the structure of the atom and their roles in the Manhattan Project. Let's rewind to the year of 1897 with the Thompson plum pudding model of the atomic structure. Thompson first discovered electrons and came up with the idea that an atom is a positively charged sphere cloud with scattered electrons throughout, like raisins in a pudding. In 1909, Rutherford discovered the nucleus, which is a positively charged mass at the center surrounded by electrons. The model is now termed the nuclear model. This was when a plethora of discoveries made by physicists appeared in Oppenheimer. Started with Niels Bohr with the planetary model. In Oppenheimer, Niels Bohr met Oppenheimer at Cambridge and recommended that he should study theoretical physics in Germany, where Oppenheimer actually completed his PhD. Back to the atom. At this point, scientists know about the existence of electrons, but do not know how they move. Bohr cracked the code on how electrons move. We call this electron shells today. Bohr modified the existing nuclear model by discovering the movement pattern of the electrons, which are orbits in fixed size and fixed energy, like different floors in a building. We call that electron shells in the current textbook. The next model is called the quantum model, which was discovered by Schrödinger and Heisenberg. Oppenheimer met Heisenberg at a conference in Switzerland, and they shared very similar education background. They both studied theoretical physics at German universities. Another fun fact was that Heisenberg was leading the race on the German side, holding the equivalent position as Oppenheimer. Heisenberg is famous for his uncertainty principle, where he said that it is impossible to know the exact movement and velocity of electrons. Instead, we have multiple positions where we have a higher probability of finding electrons, which are now known as the electron orbitals. In 1932, James Chadwick discovered the existence of neutron, completing our picture of the subatomic particles that make up an atom. If you want to know how neutrons were used in atomic bomb, we have a previous video on our channel explaining how atomic bombs work, from its discovery to utilizing these cutting-edge findings in atomic bombs in 1949. It only took 13 years. This went to show how urgent the weapon race was for both sides during the Second World War. For the atom, the story doesn't end there. Physicists and chemists have since discovered that the protons and neutrons that make up the nucleus are themselves divisible into particles called quarks. The atom gives us a great example of how scientific models can change over time, and shows how new evidence can lead into new models. Well, that's all for today. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos about science history.